Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes to really wherever our whims take us. Today, just a short bit of fun Deathstroke history, cause why not? Every now and again you just need to stop your day to think about Deathstroke. Happens. Now, Deathstroke first appeared in 1980 in the New Teen Titans issue 2. He was created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, and initially he went by the name Deathstroke the Terminator, which would eventually just be shortened to Deathstroke. I mean, Deathstroke the Terminator is a mouthful. If by the time the person finishes saying it you can have crossed the room and disemboweled them, it's too long. It ruins all suspense. They've got to be able to say it in one gasp. Deathstroke. It doesn't appear to be a legal thing. I checked. You know me, on the hunt for comic book lawsuits. James Cameron's Terminator came out in 1984. He was called Deathstroke the Terminator for a bit and then it just kind of fell out of use. Maybe out of fear of confusion, maybe out of fear of some kind of legal stuff, or just because Deathstroke is a cooler name by itself. Doesn't need anything else. Also, the Terminator would again come to have those other associations. However, there's one place where you're not going to find the character called Deathstroke at all, and that is in the Teen Titans animated universe, which began in 2003. There, he is simply called Slade. Why was that? Well, I'm about to tell you. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us on this crazy comics journey. We're just hopping from place to place. It's a wild ride. So from Deathstroke to Slade, what happened? Well, what usually happens with kids TV, which is trying to keep things age appropriate. It was deemed that Deathstroke was too violent a name for a kids show. I mean, his name is essentially Killing Blow. And so in this series, and also Teen Titans Go, he simply goes by Slade. Now, the character's first name is actually Slade Wilson. But Slade is a pretty intimidating name in its own right. You can still sound hardcore with just that name. And it wasn't an issue about them calling him by his first name, because Teen Titans is built around simplicity being built into the characters, to the point where secret identities were essentially done away with. You always see the characters in their superhero or supervillain personas. And that is intentional. One of the series developers, Glenn Murakami, stated, "It was really important to me that little kids watching it could identify with characters, and I thought that the minute you start giving them secret identities, then kids couldn't project themselves onto the characters anymore, and that was important to me. I know it's kind of important to have secret identities and stuff like that, but we wanted everything to be really, really iconic. Like, oh, that's the robot guy, there's the alien girl, there's the witch girl, there's the shape-changing boy, that's the..." We just wanted it really clean like that. We wanted it like old Star Trek. We just wanted it simple. I mean, I would debate some of the simplicity of old Star Trek like that, but it's all right. I know what he means. I guess I get it. There's the Doctor, there's the Captain, there's Spock, because let's not pretend that Spock did not stand out above all. However, if you watch through Teen Titans, you will know that there are a couple of exceptions where people are referred to by their first name and the like. However, it was enough that it actually caused a brief "which Robin are we dealing with" confusion. There were some fan theories. This is despite the fact that the series does drop numerous hints to indicate that it is indeed Dick Grayson. Murakami never bothered to clarify since he felt it didn't matter, and ultimately all that did was that Robin was a strong leader. Here's the thing, calling Deathstroke Slade did nothing to decrease his intimidation factor. In fact, he's really disturbing in that series. The apprenticeship arc is dark, and so is the revamped Terra arc, which goes places, and of course completely avoids him sleeping with her. Because if we can't call him Deathstroke, there's no way anything close to that was ever going to fly. Save that for later adaptations. Ron Perlman's voice acting also gets a lot of credit in how menacing Slade came across. It's just really good. They also, depending upon the region you're in, make sure to never refer to him as an assassin or a mercenary on screen. No killing. But possession, manipulation, all those things are fine. Kids just can't know that things die. When else would they learn that? They're not. Now, some are convinced this isn't the actual reason because it's not exactly sourced. Meaning there's no dramatic quote for me to read. It's just sourced around it. Hearsay, people saying that that's why, but no Murakami quote. However, I buy it. There are all kinds of hoops kids shows have to jump through, and they change based on the era, and some would surprise you. So this sounds entirely plausible. Despite the fact that the Teen Titans series has a decent fan base that spans multiple age brackets, although admittedly some of them watched it then haven't come back. It happens. It was aimed at a younger audience, like tween and down. You heard that quote. Kids need to be able to identify them by things like, that's the robot guy. That's young. Slade was always going to be in any Teen Titans adaptation because the character proved massively popular, and he still is. He even finds his way into other universes like Arrow, Trapped on an Island, along with the viewers. So that was a quick one, just passing on some info about a question that some of you may have been asking. I always ponder things like that, and I know some of you do too. So are you convinced? Or do you think there's some other secret, nefarious reason, or potentially a really boring one? Are you a fan of Deathstroke? Let me know all of these things down below. And while you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notifications so that you never miss a vid. I'm Sasha, and thanks so much for watching Casually Comics and taking some time out of your day to discuss comics with me, and in this case, a little more. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.